Hello guys, today I'm celebrating 30 years of game development for the PC. 30 years is a long time and a lot has changed in game development. Let me take you to the 20 most interesting games I've created so far. Even before 1994 I made some games on the Amiga, but the first PC game I made was a text-based Pac-Man. It was actually a school assignment, but it made me get interested in creating games for the PC. In the next few years I started to create graphical games. I used some assembly language for that. It was hard to write, you needed to understand the underlying hardware, like different display modes of graphical cards. If you made one mistake, the game would crash. But once I was able to draw some pixels on the screen, I used C++ for the game code and things went faster. SpeedDriver was actually written to test using analog joysticks at that time. The game itself was based on Konami's Road Fighter. It was published in some game magazine. I created a chess game to see if I could write code that could play better chess than myself. I succeeded, but I'm not a good chess player anyway. In Bomb Mania, two players could use a single keyboard to lay bombs, trying to bomb each other. It was based on an old Amiga game. Tank Troubles was a split-screen game where you needed to find the enemy and shoot balls at him. By now I was using DirectX, which is still used today in modern games. Microsoft asked me to port my C++ version to a Visual Basic one, so that they could put it on their SDK. Topoflucht is probably the game I spent the most time on. I wanted to make a commercial version, but at this time I needed to draw all the graphics myself. It is a top-down game with a split-screen mode where you need to fly over a map to find locations. It has different game times and options. Shufflepuck is a small game to test using two mouses simultaneously on one PC. Thunderball is the first in a series of games that are played not with the mouse and keyboard, but with electronic detection devices. By this time I started to use XNA and later Monogame as a framework, together with C++. Rollerball is a game that used input from an Arduino and comes with a lane on which you need to roll the balls in holes. If you succeed, the system detects it and moves your character forward. Dunkshot uses a basketball detection system. You need to score a certain amount of points, otherwise the car will drive into the ravine. This new chess game is a combination of XNA graphics and .NET Windows controls. It has a REST interface, and the idea is that you can play chess with other players by both creating code and letting your code make the moves. Fortnite is the first game I created using Unity. Unity has drastically lowered the time I need to create a game. Because I now use third-party assets in my games, I can create more good-looking games. Fortnite was a test to see if I could technically create a game like Fortnite. I succeeded in creating all features I wanted to test, firing different weapons, building, emoting, and having multiple players joining over the network. After creating a soccer game with Unreal Engine, I did the same in Unity to compare the two versions. I found out I could do it much faster in Unity. I made a tutorial out of it, and it became my most successful video so far. I have improved the game a few times, but it's still unfinished today. After the success of the soccer tutorial, I started making more tutorials. The first was this driving game. Heroes of the Sky is a full feature game where you can fly a plane and battle enemies in dogfight or by bombing his base. It's my favorite game because of the gameplay and the graphics. The pinball game was easy to make with very little code. It makes use of Unity's physics system. My 3D version of Tetris can be used as a basic example of a 3D game. It's a bit difficult to play though. To celebrate the 50th birthday of the game Pong, I created the Unity version for it. It's my smallest full game tutorial and the only 2D tutorial so far. Ball Quest was created with the help of AI. I actually liked the idea of mixing puzzles with action, and I enjoyed creating the puzzles and getting inspiration from ChatGPT. The latest game I created is a real-time strategy game. It's a nice addition to the different types of games I've created. You can easily modify it to create your own strategy game. So those are the highlights of my 30 years of game development experience. I can't wait to see what the next 30 years will bring. Thanks for watching and have a lovely day.